Good. Good Monday morning, everybody. How we all doing? We have been up for 19 seconds. Welcome in, everybody that's here. I'm going to give you guys time to roll in while I comb this beard. There we go. Let's get that bad boy combed out. Dang it. There we are. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are we today? We made it through the rest of the weekend. We got through our Saturday night, got through our Sunday, and here we are. Monday morning, kicking the week off just right. We're going to kick it off together. We wrap the week up together. We're going to kick it off together, too. Big Gravy, right off rip, has gifted 10 memberships. Appreciate you, Big Gravy. Let's add that to the membership counter. Look at us, look at us. Ooh, a couple memberships expired since we were up Saturday night, meaning we have an opportunity to hit 420. Gee wee wees. What's up, Connor? How you doing, my friend? How we doing? How we doing? Brandon took a fucking whooping in that fight. That did not go at all how I was expecting. I guess that challenger was hungrier than Brandon. I don't know. That kid put it on Brandon though. It was sad to see, but still a good fight. Great watch. How's everybody doing? How we all doing today? I kind of thought the same thing. It was see a former champion like Brandon. I mean, that as goofy looking as Brandon is, that kid's fucking tough. I mean, the 4 fights with Davidson Figueiredo, it's a fucking savage to do that shit. That guy's a warrior, and he got fucking smoked like he did. Oh no. Regardless, guys, I think we should open our week up the right way. I think we should take a ripper to celebrate those 10 new... Well, we have to take a ripper to celebrate those 10 new memberships. Shouts out to Big Gravy. We appreciate you, Big Dog. Shouts out to 10 new members. Why don't we go ahead and... I've still got... It's hard to see it, but there's a couple rippers left in this bad boy. So why don't we go ahead and catch a double? Let's do it. You guys know what time it is. Come on. Here we go. Let's get it. Woo. Damn, gang, we did it. Double ripper to open up the stream. Ooh. I needed a ripper. My mobility scooter went down. It's a $400 repair. God damn, dude. I'm sorry. That's rough. That's rough, man. $400. God damn. I know my dad has a scooter thing that he uses sometimes. But it's got a little seat, little chair with arms on it. That you can. It's kind of like a scooter. I guess it would be called a scooter. Yeah, it's just my dad has one of those, so I get it, man. They're fucking expensive. I get it. I feel for you. We'll catch another ripper again here shortly, of course. What's up? We doing rippers and laughing at clowns? You know it, my friend. You know it. Today we are tearing down an episode of Christory. That's what we do here on Mondays. And today I've got the right episodes. Last week, ever so stupidly, we went back like 5 or 6 episodes, rewatched an old one. Oh, this feels familiar. No shit, because we watched it. But this week, ladies and gentlemen, I have the correct episodes. We have parts 63 and 64 that we are tearing down. 63 is a little shorter. It's only 35 minutes or 36 minutes. That's okay. 64 is 45, so it'll make up for it. We'll still get right about an hour and 20-ish minutes like we normally do. 20 minutes, hour and a half, something like that. Excuse me. Woo. All right. We've been up here for 5 whole minutes. You know what? It's 11:20 a.m. right now, my time. We're going to fiddle fuck around for another minute or two. We're going to take ourselves another ripper here in just a second, and then we're just going to jump on into it and get started. I like to get going a little earlier than what we are right now, but had stuff going on today. Had stuff going on this morning. That's okay. That's okay. Let's take a ripper, guys. Let's catch another ripper, and we're just going to dive on into it. Might as well just... Lost my train of thought. Never mind. Let's take a ripper. Let's just reset. Let's take a ripper and get into the video. Poop, poop. Come on, guys. Alrighty. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Whew. Now that we are all on the same level, we are all in the same gear. We are all in the same gear. Let's give a special shout out to Geno Samuel 2.1 for providing this 85-part series that we are digging through. For anybody that doesn't know, anybody that's new, there's a Geno Samuel 2.1. That's the name of the channel that put together 85-part series on Chris Chan. We are tearing it down through live stream, 2 episodes at a time. Started doing this series in video form, got part ways through it, did like 37 episodes, got away from it, and then we decided to go back through it here on live stream, and that's why today we're at episode 63 and 64. We're closing in on the end, everyone. We're getting real close to the tail end of this. With the thumbnail that we're looking at, I'm going to go ahead, well, here, let me get myself out of the way. With the thumbnail that you guys can see there, that gentleman sitting next to Chris, if I'm not mistaken, is one of the, it's not the gamer from Mars. I think it's the gamer from Mars' brother, or cousin or something. The two of them, they went to go visit Chris a while ago, a couple years back, for a documentary video that the gamer from Mars had did. Anyways, that's who we're seeing sitting on the couch with Chris. So I think shit's hopefully going to get crazy. I feel like we're getting close. We're getting close to the end, so I feel like shit's got to start cranking up here. Let's tear it up. Let's jump into it. We all know what we're doing. We're doing part 63, 64 today. Again, shout out to Geno Samuel 2.1. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Let's turn this down. We're not going to get our ears blasted out this morning. No thank you. The following video contains visuals of animals in distress and near death, which some viewers may find disturbing. Fair warning for anybody else that may not want to see that. Feel free to bounce from the stream. I completely understand. Videos like this can be unsettling, so I totally understand. If nobody wants to see that, feel free to take off. I completely get it. And if not, let's get started.
What made her this way? What is the attraction? What keeps us fascinated? This is the story of Chris Chan.
Part 63, folks. Here we go.
On May 9th, 2018, after updating to a newer model for free, Christine listed her old iPhone 6 on the online auction site eBay. The phone's wallpapers were fan-created art pieces of Magi-chan Sonichu and Sonichu, and the back of the device was personally signed by Chris. On May 10th, A forum user who privately messaged Chris confirmed that the Chandlers were able to gather the funds needed for 2 months' worth of mortgage payments. On that same day, she wrote a tweet on the social media site Twitter targeting a member of the disbanded Quick Protect Squad group of Chris Chan supporters. Here's a special shout-out to @Little Amy Chan, the annoying troll who treated me like a stupid idiot and thought she could win my favor by direct messaging me fake sweet words of encouragement and fake voice messages. It's already been tried a gazillion times, sister. You lose! Amy responded, defending herself against accusations from other users, claiming that she only wanted to help Christine with her comics. Chris interjected, denying claims that Quick Protect Squad member Ting Tings was responsible for any of the harm she experienced over the past few months, confident in her assessment, since Chris felt she was a good judge of character. Chris then angrily engaged with several Twitter users who criticized her for allegedly mismanaging her finances and for wanting Chris to publicly acknowledge them. To one tweeter accusing her of becoming a villain before calling her Christofina, Chris replied, asterisk, 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 Christine, asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. You fucking internet douche whore! I'm fucking mad! I'm sick of the hate! I'm sick of everything! You don't know what I'm going through! Another commenter supposed that the Christian activity archiving site, The Quickie, would have a field day cataloging her recent Twitter activities, to which Chris commented, Your mom is going to have a field day with your limp dick!
Okay, Chris. Feel like that might be a little bit of a Freudian slip there. I don't know.
After YouTube personality Count Dankula retweeted her latest rage-filled message, theorizing that her account had been hacked, Christine replied, saying she could not think straight when she was angry, and reflected that when her mind went blank, she could not remember what she ate for breakfast. She then announced it was nappy time. Chris later apologized to her followers for getting angry, confessing that her brain felt like the fireworks on the 4th of July, the Independence Day of the United States.
What? I don't know that I really understand what that... Your brain feels like the 4th of July fireworks? Okay.
She finally wished her followers a good night and warned everyone to behave themselves, lest they be blocked by her. Chris accompanied her Twitter tirade with a YouTube video in which she continues expressing her anger at trolls.
Hello everybody, this is Good Thing Chandler coming to you live from home, and I'm gonna tell y'all some real true shit. I'll tell you what, yes, it was me on Twitter. I'm sick of the trolls, I'm sick of the hate. Hey, God, the goddamn commentary that we're not tolerating freaking commentary anymore. I've been a sentimental individual. My father always told me to suck up for and stand up for myself, and he always did the same thing. You know he did. He told you all the address of this very house and our phone number. Gave you, like, you know what? You want to come at us? You want to come at us? You come at us. Every morning. He was. And I just tired of constant day. Hatred! And like a certain person many years ago, my kindness, generosity, sentiment being taken advantage of will not be tolerated.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing a for real, no shit mental break happening in real time right now in front of us. It's fascinating.
And I will not tolerate any more hurtful comments or BS from any of you spiteful, hating people anymore. You better shape up, be kind, be courteous, or it's that.
Also,
What? I know my camera's right in front of his hand, but he just did this at us. He gave us one of these. Goddamn, Chris. Goddamn, Chris.
So on that day, Chris delivered 2 paid video
Fucking Jesus Christ.
requests starring her mother, Barbara. Both were commissioned by the same individual who had previously paid for the short clip of Barbara
Do you guys think Chris likes it when she dances like that? Ew.
dancing. In the first video, she wishes a happy birthday to Nicholas Cruz, the perpetrator of the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School shooting of 2018.
Action. Action.
Hello, my name is Barbara Chandler. I wish to wish Nicholas Cruz happy birthday.
Yay!
Please, buy Christine Chandler's merchandise to help us pay the mortgage. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And where do we buy this stuff from? My eBay.
Buy
My bye.
on eBay.
Yeah, link below.
I gotta hear that again. That shit was southern as fuck.
Buy on eBay.
Damn it.
Help us pay the mortgage. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And where do we buy this stuff from? My eBay.
My eBay.
Buy on eBay.
Yeah, link below. Thank you. Anything else you want to say?
My eBay.
No, that's all.
How about have a good day?
Thank you.
How about have a good day? Why can't you say have a good day?
Have a good day.
Dude, that it comes out in a high-pitched voice, so it doesn't quite come off as aggressive right off bat, but when you hear it, if you listen to it, you can tell he's frustrated with her. You can hear it. You can hear that he's frustrated with her, and she's trying to do what she has to do just to make Chris happy and just get through whatever dumb bullshit Chris has her doing.
Yay!
Those are the eyes of a fucking victim right there. Look at those eyes. Anybody really gonna look at her and tell me that she is a fucking deer being fed to the lions, living alone with Chris like she is? Just, oh my god, dude, his own personal fucking plaything. Ew. Fuck.
Why can't you say have a good day?
Have a good day.
Yay!
Next,
See, it comes out. It doesn't sound aggressive because that high pitched voice, but then you could just hear it. You can just hear it, and then when she does it right, he gives her the yay, makes her feel good, and she's like, okay, now he's happy. But you can tell.
was a video dedication for Sandy Hook Elementary School shooter Adam Lanza.
Oh my god.
My name is Barbara Chandler. I'm giving a shout out to Adam Lanza.
Hansa! Jeez. Oh well, cool.
On May 13th, to commemorate Mother's Day, Christine tweeted her wishes to her fans and added that she allegedly received inspiration for new drawings from her family in Quickville and would be uploading them soon. She closed by notifying her followers that she gave her mother hugs and kisses and encouraged everyone to do the same. She soon after posted a new drawing which depicted Sonichu, Rosechu, her real-world self, and her Quickville counterpart, who was touching her butt. Chris wrote that since Christine of Quickville couldn't exist without her, Christine was in a sense Christine's mother. She followed up with another
What? Hold up. I'm not following here. Hang on.
to do the same. She soon after posted a new drawing which depicted Sonichu, Rosechu, her real-world self, and her Quickville counterpart.
Her real world self and her Quickville counterpart. Okay, we're following. We're on the same page here. I'm with it. I'm with the story.
Who was touching her butt.
So the Quickville counterpart is touching our real world self's rear end. Okay, I'm still following. We're still on the same page here.
Chris wrote that since Christine of Quickville couldn't exist without her, Christine was in a sense Christine's mother.
So you're Christine's mother, And you're also Sanchu's father at one point. Okay. Okay. I think I'm about to get lost here.
Followed up with another drawing, which showed herself in her Christian Sonichu form, exclaiming that she loved herself as she held the hand of Christian Sonichu of Quickville. 2 days later, Christine changed her relationship status.
Does Chris want to fuck himself? Are you guys getting that same vibe? Like, I'm getting the vibe of a dude that, like, stands in the mirror and flexes and it's like, yeah, look at that shit. You fucking, Just, like, way too long. Gets real weird with it. He's almost checking himself out. I feel like we're getting these vibes right now. It's fucking weird, dude.
Status on Facebook to married, revealing that her partners were Magichan Sonichu and Crizella Rosechu, and hinted that the Pokemon Mewtwo may be joining them in the
Don't fucking defile Pokemon, you dickhead.
future. Chris highlighted that the relationship was appropriate since she herself was half Pokemon. On May 16th,
I thought... So is the real world self, is that half Pokemon, or is it the Quickville counterpart that's half... God damn it,
she revealed on Patreon that she had printed copies of the Christian prequel comic made by Brian Shickley, signed and ready to be shipped out in a few weeks, but stated she would send them sooner if she received significant sales on eBay. Later on, she shared on Twitter a private video that was sent to her by little Amy-chan. Chris confessed that she suspected her to be a troll, while another Twitter user branded Christine a halfwit because little Amy-chan was simply being kind and encouraging to her. Chris responded, saying that it was difficult for her to tell who was genuine anymore, since she had been beaten and abused by trolls and bullies for so—
Wait, hang on. I want to read that message. How is this suspicious? They are just encouraging you, you half-wit. You get mad at people for calling you regarded, but when someone is actually kind to you, you are all, I don't trust this person. It's not like they want you to have sex with the blow-up doll while screaming.
who was genuine anymore, since she had been beaten and abused by trolls and bullies for so long that she had to view everyone with suspicion for her own safety and peace of mind, and apologized if she happened to be wrong about
What a weird way to have to live your life.
little Amy-chan. During this time, Chris began aggressively addressing one Michael Hertz, who had made several Twitter accounts through which he constantly wrote demeaning and insulting tweets at her, up to 100 per day, according to Christine. She branded Hertz as slow in the mind and called for him to show real pictures of his ugly-ass face so that people would laugh at him. Not long after she blocked Hertz's account, he made others, which soon were blocked as well. On May 17th, Chris alerted her followers that her cat, Sorbet, had been missing for over a week after wandering away from her house. She had notified locals and posted flyers with her photos and description on telephone poles, but to no avail. She thus went online to increase awareness. A troll then contacted Christine with an alleged photo of Sorbet, claiming he had him in his home, when in fact it was a photoshopped picture. Upon learning of the deception, Chris called out the troll on Twitter. The next day, Chris asked the official account representing the My Little Pony convention, BronyCon, if she could attend the event for free, because they all knew who she was, and was having difficulties in allotting funds for the convention, having purchased the standard level tickets, but wanting to upgrade to the VIP level. On May 19th, she returned to Patreon with new updates to her comic book, Sonichu issue 12-9, focusing on her pony counterpart, Nightstar. She then went to Twitter to apologize to her former friend, Megan Schroeder, and her brother, John, acknowledging that Chris had wronged them back then and hoped they would respond, since time heals all wounds, and she needed closure. Also on that day, YouTuber and Twitch speedrunner Kopitz, who lived nearby, went with his friend to visit.
Oh, I guess I was wrong. That's not the gamer from Mars that visited Chris. I thought the thumbnail that we were looking at the very beginning was an image from when the gamer from Mars had went to visit Chris. My mistake.
Visit Christine and give her fan art he had drawn. She kissed both of them on the cheek, and they discussed making a video together.
You let that happen? You let Chris Chan kiss you on the cheek? You know what Chris has done with his mouth? Why would you do that? 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 It's like finding a random bathroom in the middle, a random truck stop bathroom in the middle of nowhere, going into it and squatting down in front of the urinal and then just putting your cheek up against the side of the urinal and just go boop and just give a little kiss. That's what you did. That's what you guys did. I hope you bleached your faces after that, because why would you do that? Why would you do that to yourself?
In the near future. Later that day, Christine alerted her followers that her cat Polo was dying. She urged for someone to buy her old iPhone from eBay and added that Polo was at death's door, wrapped in a towel, barely breathing and twitching. And if the cat didn't die by the following day, she would need more money to put it to sleep at the vet. The next.
That's what you're fucking doing? That's what you're fucking doing? That's the dirtiest shitbag way of trying to scam people out of money. That's such a shitbag thing to do. Look at, oh, you don't care about your cat, you fuck ass.
Next day, Chris tweeted that Polo had passed away. The guard dogs, or conscientious members of the Kiwi farms who frequently conversed with her, confirmed to inquisitive and critical farm members that Polo was between 15 and 20 years old and died from old age, denying accusations that he suffered neglect or abuse. Chris told a Twitter user that the cat was buried in the backyard next to her old dog, Patty. Not long after, she continued reminding people of her old phone on eBay for $300, which she needed to sell to aid her dire financial situation. She added that she was willing to negotiate the price. Chris soon lowered the asking price to $250. Later, she posted a donation link on Twitter, writing that the family had no fresh food, fruits, vegetables, or raw meat, sustaining themselves on canned goods and an old bag of powdered milk alone.
Whose fault is that, Chris? Whose fault is that? There's food in my refrigerator. There's food in my pantry. I make sure it's in there. My wife and I make sure that there's plenty of food in our house. It's always well stocked. You have to do that for yourself. You have to find a way to get whatever it takes to get the supplies that you need in your home. Chris, what the fuck is wrong with you? There's an old woman depending on you, and this is the best you've got. Hey guys, buy my cheap, shitty, broken phone. Hey guys, buy my cheap, shitty Sonichu art. That's the best you've got. People are depending on you, and that's the best you've got. You should be fucking ashamed.
On May 23rd, Christine posted a new Sonichu page on Patreon in the hopes of attracting.
To be fair, to be ashamed, you would have to have the ability to feel shame, so. Oh, is my mic low? That a little bit better? It could be because I started to lean back a bit too. Should be better, I hope. I hope.
New patrons. Her longtime online acquaintance, Kenneth Engelhardt, suggested that she learn how to use digital and vector art software, such as GIMP or Inkscape. Chris instead suggested that he learn how to draw. Kenneth responded with a sample of his own art, depicting his original Sonichu offshoot characters, Sonichin and Rosechin. Toward the end of the day, she went back to Twitter to thank some generous individuals who donated gift cards for the grocery store Food Lion, in this way proving to the trolls that donations would be spent on food. Another user offered to order her a pizza, or some other meal brought to her home via the food ordering and delivery platform, Uber Eats. Chris scoffed at the thought of eating pizza, as it was junk food, and suggested the Twitter user buy her something healthier.
Chris, are you fucking serious? Your diet, excuse me, your diet is a steady flow of McDonald's and Burger King and cheeseburgers and greasy shit, and you're gonna scoff at pizza because it's junk food. You're begging for food on the internet. You're begging for donations. You're begging for people to do your job and take care of your elderly mother. And when somebody offers you a pizza, you lift your nose at it. That tracks. That tracks.
The next day, Chris simply tweeted, "This is a test." Kenneth soon inquired about its meaning, to which Christine replied, stating that it was a test to see if he would respond to her tweet, since he had recently been over-engaging with her Twitter activities. Chris asked if he had a crush on her, and told him that her sweethearts, Magichan and Crizel, said they were not comfortable with him. Kenneth simply replied, "No." He later returned and wrote, "If you genuinely believe they are talking to you, or that you have sex with them, there is a term for that. It's called schizoaffective disorder. Now go ahead and label me a troll, because I think you're having a psychotic break." Chris then addressed recent happenings, alluding to the idea guys. "I want to clear a couple things up. First of all, it was not I, Christine Weston Chandler, offering services a few weeks back. Nor was it I apologizing for ruining fandoms and the like. While it was physically me, that is my physical form, behind the keyboard, I was being forced to write such things and make dishonest apologies. The people who did that to me know who they are, and their day is coming, and rightfully soon. I know you read this. Don't get too comfortable, jerks in the Bluegrass State or Golden State." She soon deleted these tweets and wrote in their place a more indirect message, stating that she was tired of being taken advantage of by.
I never got Twitter. I tried to use Twitter. I think 2 different times in my life. One was not that long ago, and I can't get into it. If it seems like it's really fucking hard to use, or maybe I'm just dumb. Not for me, I guess. I don't know. It's not for me.
Every so-called ween who read about her on the internet and was starting to fight back. She soon added another message, possibly as a response to Kenneth's previous tweet. "And one day, very soon, my family and I will be able to show ourselves to you all. Then you will be taking back your own schizo labels. Harumph." On May 26th, Christine asked for advice on Twitter, since the bulk of the yet unreleased Sonichu issue 16 was heavily influenced by the idea guys, and so greatly featured what Patreon would consider hate speech. She did not want to redraw issue 16 because she put in a lot of work into it, but at the same time did not want to risk offending anyone or getting her Patreon taken down. She soon after deleted these tweets. Kristen posted that she was thinking of ideas to deal with her troublesome financial situation and rejected calls from observers to get a job because she was certain her employers would be harassed by trolls until the end of Equestria. Instead, she preferred to work from home. Also on that day, YouTuber Kopitz returned with some of his friends to pick up Chris and film an interview with her at a local cafe.
You probably know about the kiwi farms, right?
Yes.
Yeah. People probably replied to you on Twitter when you posted the picture of us that I posted it on kiwi farms. I didn't even know what the kiwi farms was. I just thought like it was a place to maybe brag about my experience, you know, because it was the first thing I thought of when I got home. But then I realized that wasn't such a good idea, and most of the people on the forums were telling me it wasn't a good idea either.
Yeah.
But you know,
I'll forgive you this time.
Thank you. What were you thinking when we came to your house? How often does that happen?
I feel like I want to see on average maybe
Once every few months.
Is it normally fans or normally trolls?
I'm not quite certain.
Not sure. Maybe just people that live in the area and just want to meet an icon.
Yeah, kinda.
They later move on to discuss the game, Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
You made that Animal Crossing video for your parents? I thought that was really nice.
Yeah.
I remember people saying, I thought this was really cool. They said that you pioneered.
What the fuck is going on in the background? What's up with this dude's mustache and, like, his little goatee? Does this look weird to you guys, too? What does he have going on here? His face, now that I'm looking at his face, looks really weird. It looks like, almost like the marks of a sunburn, but in a really weird shape. Oh my god, I hope this isn't like a medical thing and I'm sitting here making him sound like a fucking asshole myself. I hope that's not like, oh god damn it. I gotta figure out what this is.
The Let's Play experience.
I did?
Yeah, because you did it. You recorded yourself.
What the fuck is going on with his lips, dude?
Commentating over gameplay before basically anybody else did on the internet. So some people consider you to have pioneered Let's Playing.
Huh.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Okay, well that's news to me.
Yeah, I saw that on the. Do you know the Geno Samuel 2 documentaries?
Hey, that's where we are, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shouts out to Geno Samuel. Still, I gotta know what's going on with this dude's lips. It's really bothering me.
He's making this crazy, long, comprehensive documentary, and I'd say...
And we are comprehending that comprehensive documentary.
It's very objective. He's not making
It's very comprehensible.
fun of you in any way. He's on part 10, and they're each 40 minutes.
He's on part 10 at that point, and right now we're on part 63. Sheesh!
And he's only on like 2008, so it's like he's getting everything in there.
As much as he can, right?
Yeah. How do you feel about it when people make like documentaries and stuff about you, but they're not making fun of you?
I just kind of wish I was more famous than infamous.
Yeah.
For
true.
more of my good traits, but
Yeah.
I think they're all well noted, among which I have faith in the goodness of people. And that's discounting and discrediting the obvious bad ones.
Yeah. I got this picture right here, where somebody swapped.
Dude, it doesn't matter. Every angle we see this dude, something's going on with his face. I really, really hope it's not a medical issue, because I'm going to feel like such a dickhead if we've been sitting here making fun of him, and it's like something he can't control. I don't know what the fuck it is, though. I need to find out. Hitting the
Our mouths and made Eric's head really big. I'll put that up on screen.
Yeah, I saw those.
Yeah. You think that's funny?
That's silly, yeah.
So you worked at the Wendy's in Ruckersville for a while, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, what was your experience like there?
What is it with Wendy's and attracting cows to work at them?
Kind of hit or miss. And I was still young. I felt like it just didn't quite suit me as well anyhow.
What's your opinion on Minions? How do you like Lee's Minion shirt he's wearing?
Oh yeah.
I'm not told. I've seen the first Despicable Me movie.
Yep, you've been let down by a lot of fake...
People have been faking the actual people, like Regis
Like
Phil Ime
Nintendo?
for one,
Yeah.
Does that dude have a white mustache? Is that what we're seeing here? I don't know. I've got to figure this shit out. I got to know.
Yeah. Did you actually fly out to Washington?
No.
No, you didn't?
No. We didn't fall for that.
It was when you drove out to
Cleveland.
to Cleveland, and then it was that old...
You can't seriously put this guy at the end of the couch sitting here with whatever's going on in his face and expect us to be able to pay attention to a word that Chris is saying. I don't have a fucking clue what Chris is talking about. All I can focus on is that dude's face. I have got to figure this situation out.
worn down house and
Yeah.
not what you expected. Not Julie.
It's a little lady.
On May 28th, Christine
I guess it's gonna remain a mystery.
went to Twitter to thank everyone for donating to the Chandlers and easing their financial strain. Afterwards, she revealed that a friend from Twitter had customized a collectible figurine produced by Funko to make it look like Sonichu and had sent it to Chris. Upon receiving it, Chris spent 5 hours making a custom box for it. She later added that she cataloged the Sonichu Funko Pop figure with the number 982, since it was allegedly Sonichu's number in the Pokédex collection of official Pokémon. Chris confronted an individual who disagreed with her statement.
I don't think that dude said a single thing. I think he just did this the whole time. That was pretty much the gist of what he did the whole time and just confused the fuck out of me because I don't know. Like you could see like the little patch here. It looked like a perfect square, but I don't know. I don't know what that guy had going on.
Implying that there were over 1,000 registered Pokemon in the...
That's true. Cobes worked there. Cobes worked at Wendy's longer, but Chris was able to drive. It's weird how they each have things they were able to figure out and not figure out. Because Josh never did drive, did he? He never did get a license or have a car to drive. Thank goodness. That would have been that would have been a most likely a horrible story that ended up plastered all over the internet. Anyways, moving on.
Dimension in which Sonichu, Rosechu, and the other Pokemon characters truly existed. She then requested that some make plush dolls representing Nightstar and Cunt Nugget, the My Little Pony counterparts.
There was a short time in my life, like 3 months, I think. I worked at Burger King, and once they got me trained on the chicken, I mostly just did the chicken. I could do Whoppers, but chicken was my station. And if you come through, it was at the time when you could get the 10 nuggets, 10 chicken nuggets for like for $1, whatever. They were super cheap. And every day at lunch, the high school kids would come through and we'd serve up hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of those fucking things. But if I was on, guarantee if you order 10, you're going to get 12. I always gave out 12. I just feel like, I was like, why not? I would be stoked if I ordered a dozen or 10 chicken nuggets and I got a dozen. So I was like, yeah, everybody gets 12 today. Everybody gets 12 when I'm here.
Of herself and her lover. She later shared a new drawing titled Love is in the Air, which depicted Nightstar and Kun holding each other as they fly through the sky. The next day, Christine expressed her wish to either find someone who had her iconic classic polo shirt, or to have the manufacturer, Ralph Lauren, begin to reproduce it.
Wow, Chris. Fucking wow.
Later on, a Twitter user suggested that it would be best if when drawing the comics, Chris should first draw the line art in pencil and then trace over that with pen, since that way it would improve her art. Chris declined the advice because she liked drawing in pen and did not want to constantly sharpen pencils, and that if she made mistakes, she could simply redraw the page. In the final days of May, Joshua Moon, or Null, the administrator of the Kiwi Farms, bought Chris's old phone from eBay for $100. Null also received a personalized drawing depicting Nightstar, calling Null's pony persona handsome and cute. On June 3rd, Null notified Kiwi Farms readers that a famous YouTuber would soon interview Christine, and so asked members to provide any questions they would like to be included in the discussion. 2 days later, Chris attended the next scheduled court appearance regarding her trespassing charge at Charlottesville's Fashion Square shopping mall. It was given a continuance, with the next court date set on July 3rd. Later in the day, YouTuber Count Dankula conducted an online interview with Christine, which was live-streamed on YouTube.
Here we are. Chris Chan, it is amazing to actually finally be able to meet you. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you? Live on Space Coast, coast to coast.
Well, I've been trying to get this interview set up for quite a little while. You're someone that I have actually watched for a good number of years. Obviously, you know that a lot of the internet are very interested in you, so I'm going to do my best to make sure this interview isn't like all the other interviews you've had where the interviewers have been pretty lame and they haven't dove too much into you. So I'm going to try and go into areas that some people may not have spoke about. One of the main things that from what I've read and some of the things that I've seen is that you believe Quickville itself is a completely real place.
It is a real place.
It is. No, and all the characters within Quickville are also real.
Yes.
And one thing that I've heard as well is you believe that you actually can travel to Quickville.
Yes, I do believe so.
Do it. Do it then. Do it. Do it.
No, that's fine. So what is it that actually makes Quickville a real place?
Well, right now it's just another dimension, and realistically, it's literally in northern part of Virginia.
The Quickville's in the northern part of Virginia?
Yeah.
So you can actually travel there?
Not in this world, I can get, but I have a way in which I'll be able to get there from this world to over there in that world.
How is it you actually travel there then? Just curious.
We're still working on getting the bugs out of it, among which I've astral projected there.
Is there any evidence that you have that proves that Quickville is a real place?
I can show a few things that I've actually gotten from there.
If you want to show them on stream, yeah, that'd be good.
I have an SQ ball, for one thing.
No fucking way, Chris. No fucking way. You have an SQ ball? Holy shit. Did Quickville just get validated in front of us? Did it just get proven? Did he just make us all look fucking stupid? Wow. Burn.
Did you get that from Quickville?
Yep.
That's interesting.
Well, fucking undeniable evidence right there.
That's amazing. So, when you actually travel to Quickville, what do you do while you're there?
I help watch over things. I help defend the city when need be. And I definitely see over the laws and things.
Right, because you're the mayor.
I'm pretty much the big leader. I'm the head honcho. I'm the creator and the chronicler.
Obviously, you created this place, so would essentially you'd be a little bit higher than the leader then, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you be the god since you literally created this place?
No, I am not.
I got you, Mimian. I got you.
A god, because the god creates everything. I only created a portion. I do not create all things.
No, that's fair enough. That's very humble.
I got you.
So, what other worlds
I got you, big dog. I got you.
have you travelled to?
I definitely been to...
That's grounds for a ripper, though. That's definitely grounds for a ripper. You guys want to catch one? Let's catch one. Come on, let's do it.
Equestria.
You mean Equestria? Is that the My Little Pony one?
Yeah.
All right. So, what did you do when you were there?
Just pretty much diplomatic things.
So do these other worlds, do they have like diplomatic relations with each other then? Do you sort of act as a diplomat between the worlds?
Among which, and an ally. I try to be as good a friend as I can be.
Are you going to any conventions or anything like that this year? Are you going to Comic-Con or anything?
Yeah, I'm going to BronyCon later this year.
That's cool. I'm probably going to Comic-Con myself.
BronyCon's quite close to home, just like pretty much a 2-hour drive from here.
I'm all the way over in Scotland.
Oh, that's where you are. I thought your accent was quite genuine to be a Scottish accent, eh?
I thought your accent was quite genuine to be a Scottish accent, eh? Okay, sure. Whatever, Chris.
One thing as well is some people want to know, obviously, your famous medallion. You know, it's one thing that is, yeah.
Yeah, we all know about the medallion.
Yes, he's the famous medallion. Is that actually a key to traveling at all?
It pretty much would be my key to my transforming between my Cyraxx form and back. But really, moreover, it's not the physical medallion, but more my crest behind down my chest. That's this shape.
So is it a case of that sort of makes sure that if anybody else goes to Quickville, they can't transform into Sonichu. Only you can.
It's a very select few. My father was half Sonichu.
Your father was half Sonichu as well.
Mr. C is, yes.
Right. And what about Barb, your mother?
No, she's not.
She's not. She's just 100% human.
Yeah.
Right. But your father was half Sonichu as well.
Yep.
Is there anybody else in this dimension who's half Sonichu that you know of?
Those that were born in this dimension, there were only three of us that were half Sonichu. That's me, my father, and Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy?
Yeah.
Excuse me? Ted Bundy? Ted Bundy's the other guy. Yeah. Yeah, it all tracks. Yep. Makes perfect sense. Yep.
The serial killer?
Mistaken for a serial killer,
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I thought he was talking about the serial killer too.
but he was not.
It's just a dude named Ted Bundy? Okay. Well, it's unfortunate, but okay.
Well, the Ted Bundy that was put on trial and stuff.
Yes, it was Wikipedia.
So it is that Ted Bundy. So it is the serial killer Ted Bundy. Jesus Christ, dude. What the... So is it Ted Bundy? So Ted Bundy's the other guy. So Ted Bundy is the other guy that's half Sonichu, half human, right along with Chris and Bob. Bob, Chris, and Ted Bundy. Huh. Yeah. Making perfect sense to me. Makes perfect sense.
Page reads. That was not, but he was clear, but he was framed. That was a whole bunch of mistake in there. He was actually working undercover at the
Night Stalker Chew.
time.
So Ted Bundy, the guy who was, well, as you say, falsely put on trial for being a serial killer.
Yeah.
He was half Sonichu.
Wait, falsely put? I'm pretty sure he did it, Chris. I'm pretty sure he did it.
Yep.
So did him being falsely put on trial have anything to do with the fact he was half Sonichu? Or was that just unfortunate circumstance?
It was just an unfortunate circumstance. I was there were circumstances.
Right. Fair enough. Fair enough. As far as things go, I think we've covered pretty much everything but there's no more questions rolling in and stuff like that. But I can let you wrap up the stream if you want just now. Is there any final message that you would like to get across to everyone?
Yeah. Don't bully people. Show some kindness and respect to others. Give them put
Have a great rest of your day, Chipmunk. We'll catch you on Friday.
yourself in their shoes for a moment and think. Just think. If somebody talked to you like that, would you feel good? Would you feel bad? And I would say, if it makes you feel bad, then I would just not do it. So be good, be respectful, be kind. Stop and think.
That's good. That's wholesome. That's a really good message. Thanks. It was good. It was really insightful. It was good to learn a bit more about yourself and also about the Quickville universe. And I really appreciate you for doing this for me, Chris. It's been amazing. But thank you very much.
Yep.
Excellent. Right. Thanks very much for coming, guys. Right. Cheers.
Thanks for the memory.
On June 9th, Christine purchased a newly released bundle of classic Sega games for the PlayStation 4 for $30. Soon after, she posted a new page from Sonichu issue 12-9 on her Patreon, revealing that Cunt Nugget's name had been changed to Kun Hanfu, prompted to do so by Null, who was annoyed by the crude pun injected by the idea guy Joshua Wise. Kun's new name instead directly translated to happy in Vietnamese. The next day, She bought 2 My Little Pony Funko Pop figurines for a total of $34. On June 12th, Chris listed and then quickly sold a set of original Pokemon cards he made in 2004, depicting her original Sonichu characters for $100.
Somebody bought that shit? What a waste of $100. You spent $100 on Chris's hand-drawn Pokemon cards. There's way easier ways to get way cooler Pokemon cards for $100. That was a bad financial decision.
The next day, Chris notified her Twitter followers that all business inquiries should be sent to her new quickville.us domain email. This was established by Null in an effort to direct all trollsome and winsome correspondences to the new email managed by him, which would in turn clean up Chris's own personal inbox. In addition, this resulted in the so-called Operation Kingsnake, which consisted of Null posting on the Kiwi Farms fuming emails directed at Chris, or messages hoping to initiate new trolling sagas, exposing the senders' email addresses and their identities if possible. Null typically ordered these wannabe trolls to commit suicide. Also on that day, Christine launched a crowdfunding page on the website GoFundMe with a goal of $400, which would allow her to attend the Too Many Games gaming convention held in Okia. Her plea was accompanied by a YouTube video posted that same day.
Hey everybody, this is Christine Chandler coming to you live from home once again, and today I'm here to make an announcement. Who wants to help me go to a gaming convention in Pennsylvania? Too many games.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't this going on at the same time that you're begging for money for groceries to feed your elderly mother? Isn't this happening at the same time where you're saying, buy my phone so that we can pay our mortgage? We have, at the beginning of this video, there's something mentioned about paying mortgage twice this month for whatever reason. But we're trying to do this convention as well. Also tracks. This tracks perfectly. Yep.
I really want to go.
I am not surprised in the least bit.
I've been invited. I need the money though. Gas, hotel.
Financial.
Need help below here. So I set up a GoFundMe. Help me achieve a goal of $400 to pay for everything I need. And you can see me in a couple of weekends. Yeah. Now help me reach a goal of $400 by this weekend to make it a real guarantee to see me in Pennsylvania. Thank you all so much and have an awesome, terrific day. Yay!
This was soon followed by another video concerning her character, Nightstar.
So for those of you who don't know, yeah, that's Nightstar. Okay? And she stands on all fours, she stands on her hind legs. She's my unicorn, she's my counterpart in Equestria. And she's definitely my counterpart, just like the Christine Chandler of Quickville. We both, it's like the three of us, we do coexist.
Now we're back to the drawing where we're really fucking confused. That's really confusing. Again, I am fully... the energy that drawing that Chris is giving is he wants to fuck himself. That's just what it is. That's what I see.
And you know, Nightstar can become human through Twilight's mirror. And as some of you should be aware by now, there are like 69 special Sonichus and Rose Chews out of the thousands that came out of that chaotic rainbow on February 1st, 2003. And that's counting Sonichu and Rosie, and they both are the primes, and they both are our specials. They're 2 out of the 69.
She then describes the concept behind the transformation into Nightstar's Sonichu form.
But anyway, the point is, Night Star is equal to me, just like Christine Chandler at Quickville. Alright? Counterpart, yo. Okay? And being a special,
I don't think that's the saying, Chris.
being one of the specials, she's part of my family, part of our family. And that is why...
Look at those eyes. Watch. We gotta go back a second. Watch Chris's eyes.
Okay? And being a special...
Fucking psycho.
Being one of the specials, she's part of my family, part of our family.
Look how serious he is about that. She's part of our family. He is dead-ass 10-toes serious about that.
And that is why, among which, aside from this being originally being intended as a kind love letter to the Brony community as well, my counterpart, and she's half Sonichu, Dimension Tripper, psychic powers, a whole lot of details. Overpowered? Yes, but there's so many damn powerful villains and everywhere. So anyway, very important, Night Star, and everything that's happened in Equestria that's written in this book did happen. And I know for a fact, alongside Quickville and everything in our sister dimension from this world. Okay? So Night Star is very important. At least to me. Alright?
With the recent ousting of the Idea Guys came support in the form of Null and the other guard dogs, who did what they could to quell the abuse and negative attention that surrounded Christine. What they
Chris looks real sweaty and greasy right there.
couldn't restrict, however, were Chris's own
Chris also looks real sweaty and greasy right there too.
actions, which would undoubtedly, like many times before, attract many curious and unkind eyes.
Chris again looks greasy and like he's like just looks greasy and like he smells like armpits. Call it what it is.
Once more.
What the fuck is going on, Chris? It's almost hard to believe this shit's real. Like, it feels like we're watching a movie. Feels like we're watching like a lower budget, like not a Hollywood director, but maybe like a private film or an independent movie, something like that. It feels like that's what we're like. Gino Samuel did a great job with this. It feels like that's what we're watching here. That was what, 63? Let me get part 64 up and running. Get us right there. Sweet, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Ladies and gentlemen, we got through that last video. You know what that means. We've earned ourselves a little bit of a break. We gotta we have to get our between video ripper. That way we can again shift gears and get prepped for whatever's next for us in this next part 64. 64 parts. We're going to be down to 21 episodes left when we get through this. That's fucking crazy that we've gone through this much of it. We started at the very beginning. Episode 1. And we're at 64. It's a lot of miles of Christory that we're laying down. But that's okay. That's okay. It's a dirty job. Someone's going to do it. We're here to do that job. So let's get ourselves our ripper. You guys know what time it is. Come on. Poot poot, let's go. technically independent documentary. Yeah, that's true. Very true. Just quit smoking last month. Take an extra hit for you. You know what? Because you asked nicely, we got you. We got you. Let's get another one, guys. Got a little too ambitious there. Let's catch another one. Here we go, guys. Boop, boop. Weren't expecting that second one, were we? Woo-wee. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. Here we go. Perfect. Part 64. Perfect.
On June 13th, 2018, Justin Silverman, a media producer connected to the gaming scene and event coordinator for the Too Many Games convention in Pennsylvania, emailed Christine, letting her know that he heard of her fundraising campaign to get to the convention. Silverman wrote that he could not offer her any booths to sell her merchandise and did not guarantee that she could take part in a panel discussion, but instead offered her a free guest badge for the event and the possibility of getting squeezed into a panel discussing so-called cringe culture. The following day, Chris uploaded 2 videos on YouTube, hoping to find technical assistance regarding her vintage home computer and gaming console, the Commodore 64.
As you can see right behind me, da-da-da-da-da-da, there's my Commodore 64 monitor, and there's my floppy cassette drive with 2 joysticks, and here's my old BFF. I got just about everything needed to put this thing back into order once again, be able to play on it and everything, but there's a slight problem. Yeah, it needs some TLC. I tried to get it out, trying to fix it with a Lysol wipe, but the AV output, this thing right here, yeah, it's got rust around the edges. Okay, so that's the update. Oh, and also I'm not sure where it is, and I definitely need it, but I need the power cord for the floppy drive as well. I'm gonna check eBay for an inexpensive one. So, thank you all so much. Please, all responses to this video are to be sent to my email address, christine@cowickville.us. I'll put the email address in the description below. Thank you.
Viewers on the Kiwi Farms noticed that in the video, they could see a drawing of Magichan and Crizel, Chris's supposed husband and wife, taped to the ceiling above her bed. In the second video, she delves more in depth regarding her problem.
Alright, power light comes on. As you can see, not much is happening up here. So, kind of stumped. Still need local help. It's probably something in the circuitry. I'm guessing, I don't know. I know squat about circuitry. Alright? So, requesting help locally from somebody in Charlottesville who's got the technological knowledge to, you know, go inside and all the parts and figure out what the problem is. Because I love this old friend of mine, you know? And also, reminder, please go to my GoFundMe page and help me on building up the funds I need to go to the Too Many Games convention up in Pennsylvania. I'm very serious about that.
We see that you're very serious about that. But you have bills to pay. You have an elderly woman depending on you so that she can eat. The fact that you're even bothering with trying to put together funds to go to a fucking convention is mind-blowing.
Thank you.
Null, the administrator of the Kiwi Farms and moderator of Chris's business email, relayed to her that she received many helpful emails, nearly all telling her that she was using the wrong cable. After some advisement, Chris purchased a new TV monitor composite cable on eBay for $11. On June 16th, Chris notified her followers that her GoFundMe campaign for her trip to Too Many Games had reached $60 out of the $400 goal and encouraged more fans to contribute to the fund. At around the same time, YouTuber Gino Samuel II, the creator of the Chris Chan A Comprehensive History documentary series,
Inception, baby. Inception.
had his channel manually reviewed by YouTube moderators after applying for monetization, who found it violated anti-bullying guidelines of the site and so terminated his account. Fans of the series lashed out at Christine, falsely believing that she reported to the videos, which caused the takedown. In an effort to quell the accusers, some other party, possibly Null, was granted access to her Twitter account to write a post denying she had any part in the takedown and wished for a swift recovery for Gino and his fanbase. His channel remains terminated to this day. Also on June 16th, Christine shared a recent drawing she made to celebrate Pride Month.
That's a shame. That's a shame. I mean, I assume that's why we're on Gino Samuel 2.1. Hope he got his monetization. Hope he got everything all sorted out.
Depicting 10
Definitely deserves to be able to earn from all the time and effort that went into making this.
of her more prominent Sonichu characters, proclaiming in unison that those in the LGBTQ community were not alone. This picture, along with Chris herself, were briefly featured in a collaborative video project titled You Will Be Found, made by YouTube channel Scribbler Productions, which featured almost 100 members of the My Little Pony fandom, or Bronies, showing their support for the LGBTQ community. On June 17th, to celebrate Father's Day, she commemorated the occasion with a tweet. Hashtag Happy Father's Day to each and every father in this world and in every single other dimension too. My father is alive again. I still love him, even in his checker-patterned glory. The message was accompanied.
What? Even in his checkered patterned glory? Okay.
By a drawing of Chris Chan Sonichu,
You're the one that drew him that way.
with her arm around the shoulders of her father's Sonichu form, Robert Chu Franklin Chandler Jr. The following day, Chris claimed that her mother found an old autographed photo of music artist Johnny Cash and gave consent to have it sold to help fund Chris's trip to Too Many Games. It was listed on eBay for $200. Soon after, she
She had no idea. She had no idea.
advertised her autographed photos on Twitter, which could be personally signed. A Twitter user offered to pay $75 for one if Chris wrote that it was for Julie, referencing Christian's oft-uttered pronunciation of Julie during the times he was masturbating to the troll-fabricated girlfriend in 2009. She soon listed a single, so-called limited edition printed photo of himself from around 2005, with the word Julie written on his forehead, claiming that this would be the only time she would personally write that quote-unquote darned meme word.
What the fuck?
The listing was in fact double the asking price that the previous Twitter user suggested. Chris soon brought down the price of the picture on eBay to $75 and was quickly sold. One day before her trip,
Somebody paid $75 for a picture of Chris Chan with the word Julie written on his forehead. What kind of fucking money do you have that you can spend 75 goddamn dollars on a picture of Chris Chan with the word Julie written on his forehead? Because that's some serious fucking dough. If you can drop 75 on that, yeah.
to the gaming convention, Christine listed another item, a poster from the Too Many Games convention of 2015, signed by a selection of YouTubers present at the time for $300. On June 22nd, Chris's GoFundMe campaign concluded, ultimately reaching $120 out of her $400 goal. In the morning, she began her drive to Pennsylvania, bringing with her a baseball bat for protection and also one of 4 Sonichu standees she had.
Chris, what would you do if somebody tried to beat you up and you even had a chance to get your bat? Are you going to get that bat out and are you going to try to swing it? Are you telling me that you think for even a second you have the least bit athleticism required to not just swing a bat at somebody, but swing it with enough force to really stop them, in their tracks, really do some damage? Because chances are, unless you get off one super duper clean shot right to the face and put them down, that's probably not going to do anything more than be a weapon that they're going to take from you and beat your ass with. Just call it what it is.
Had made, allegedly representing Sonichu's real-life scale. When she arrived, she was greeted by Justin Silverman, who presented her with a special badge. He allegedly then warned her about her behavior at the convention and told her not to use her baseball bat and cause trouble. Also on the first day, Chris met up with YouTuber Jab50Yen, with whom she bonded. In between attending discussions, she would meet with fans and take photos with them, often strongly embracing them. She also kissed many.
Look how big Chris looks right there. Chris looks like a goddamn giant.
Attendees of all genders on their cheeks, some of whom went on to complain to the organizers.
Wait, what's that say? Here, let me get my video out the way. You kissed me without asking, and I'm genuinely offended. Stop your sick behavior. You left me shaky, unafraid, and downright disgusted. I asked for a picture, not a kiss. Goddamn, Chris.
And security at the convention. Chris was apparently given a warning in person, but it is not confirmed.
You stood shoulder to shoulder. Let Chris Chan wrap their arm around you, and then he snuck in and got a kiss. Oh. Disgusting.
On the second day,
Disgusting.
Christine donned her classic polo shirt, visibly in tatters. She messaged Null about meeting with a certain CJ, who Null was convinced was a troll, since CJ apparently told Chris that Surfshack Tito, Jack Thaddeus, and Clyde Cash were also at the convention. Null discouraged Chris from meeting with CJ, after which point she avoided any talk of CJ whatsoever. Null later learned that CJ was in fact an alias for a group of friends wanting to help Chris sell merchandise, and the reference to the past trolls had been made by one of the group without informing the others. Ultimately, nothing transpired regarding their plan. Early on the 23rd, Christine went to a panel presented by Mike Pollock, voice actor for Sonic franchise villain Dr. Eggman, also known as Robotnik, and Kenny James, voice actor for Nintendo's Mario villain Bowser. Chris was selected to quote-unquote roast the voice actors or playfully insult them. A couple of attendees managed to film the interaction.
Oh, Mike, you're gonna make a dream of mine come true, because I've enjoyed every scene where Sonic got to insult Eggman, and I've got one that I came up with recently, and I just want Eggman's reaction, by the way. I'm a Sonichu. So in case you don't know, I'm creator of the original Yellow, but I transformed to this one, and I'm encountering Eggman, and Bowser can laugh.
You fucking told them, dude. You told that whole entire room that you transform into fucking Sonichu.
If he wants to, if he likes it. So, Eggman, let's talk for a moment. You like wordplay? All right. So, I got a good reason for you to go back to call yourself Robotnik. Because don't work backwards. You say Eggman, I say, nah, I'm gay. You split it up a little bit further, it sounds like, nah, I'm gay. And at least Intervor sounds more sophisticated than that. So whatever you have to say.
Chris, I am fucking dying of embarrassment sitting here. Oh my god. How... I'm so fucking embarrassed right now. I am so embarrassed. How is his back not just beet red on fire right now? There's absolutely no fucking way I could have ever made myself do that. There's no way.
Say for you now. See yourself now. Not gay.
Well, I believe William Shakespeare said it best when he said, "What's in the name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet."
Ah!
Well, that's it, guys. Thanks for coming out, and have a nice time.
You know they couldn't wait to get Chris away from that fucking mic.
Not long after, upon receiving complaints from multiple attendees for being kissed and hugged by her without permission, Christine was told by event security to leave the convention. She had an emotional breakdown at the venue and collapsed to the floor, curling up in the fetal position, or what she later called hedgehog defensive state. She took her Sonichu standee and put it face down to mimic her actions. Chris lay on the ground and refused to respond to the staff. Jab 50N came to calmly explain to her the situation. A police officer also arrived to try and remove Chris. However, Jab 50N did his best to explain to the officer the reason for Chris's infamy and why it would be unadvisable to publicly force her to leave, as the scene would quickly be spread around online with the help of the Kiwi Farms and the Quickie. After a short while, Linda, a mother of an autistic child, came to Chris's side to comfort her and defuse the situation. Chris eventually regained composure and was escorted to the police office, where she was further calmed down by Linda, after which point she agreed to leave. On her way back to her hotel, she stopped for lunch at Collegeville Italian Bakery to eat some pizza, commenting on Twitter that the establishment was made 20% cooler because of her presence. Chris then suggested that they make a new pizza called the Sonichu Zap.
Can you guys imagine being a full-blown fucking adult in your 30s, midway through your 30s, and you're throwing a temper tantrum at a fucking convention in public, in front of people, and you get down into hedgehog defensive state, just fucking ball up. And just sit there on the dirty ass ground. Everybody's walking all their dirty shoes across, and you're just gonna curl up and put your face against it and just... Like, wouldn't it be more shameful to get up from that? Like, after everybody's been walking by and seen you throwing a fit, having a fucking temper tantrum, breaking down and bullshit. Wouldn't that be more embarrassing to get up and walk away from rather than having event staff tell you that you need to leave? They tell you need to leave, honestly, other than the immediate people that are in the immediate vicinity, nobody's gonna know or give a shit, really. Nobody gave a shit until you made them give a shit by throwing your temper tantrum. I feel like that would be far more embarrassing to get up and walk away from than being asked to leave somewhere. I've been asked to leave lots of places.
Featuring yellow peppers.
Sometimes not so nicely, but still.
In the evening, Christine, or likely Null, went to Twitter to apologize to the staff of Too Many Games and Jab 50N, and noted that to Chris's understanding, she did not receive a warning in person, and only got one in the form of a Facebook message, which she did not notice until after she was asked to leave. On June 24th, Keemstar, a YouTuber known for his coverage of internet pop culture and drama, asked Chris to direct message her, hoping to feature her in a future video, but one never materialized. Later that day, Christine returned home and wrote a string of tweets regarding the incident at Too Many Games. One question: what is wrong with this world? A peck on the cheek from a celebrity that one likes, positively mind you, is not offensive to me. What really ticks me off is that any displays of likes and affection is viewed as taboo and more offensive than bloody, gory violence. And how do I feel after all of the love and positivity I had been finding and giving back and sharing around? It all turned around against me in one felt swoop. I feel emotionally hung over and like a load of crap. I'm going to tell all of you hater trolls something right now. I will remain optimistic and open-hearted, and I am not going to fail. I have the love of my real, positive, and kind people and fans, and I have the love of my partners, Magichan, Crizel, Sylvana, and Mewtwo. Here, they are right here with me, and they directly, offline, communicate with me always. And more importantly, I love them all, and they love me truly. This is real. When a Twitter user told her that she got in trouble because she hugged and kissed people without their permission, Chris clarified that everyone she met had the option to keep at arm's length or push away, but none did, and
So because they didn't push you away, that gives you full permission to kiss them. Some people aren't comfortable with being assertive, and their shyness can be debilitating to the point that they'll just stand there and let you hug them, and they'll just ride out the uncomfortable situation by just kind of doing this. So fuck off, Chris. How about don't put, oh, what's the best way to insult your mouth? God, there's so many nasty fucking things you've done with your mouth. It's hard to pick. Keep your mouth off of other people's skin. They don't want it. They don't want whatever you may or may not have in your mouth, or whatever disease you may or may not have in you. And it's just gross. It's nasty. You don't brush your teeth. You have bad breath. You smell like butthole and armpits. Does anybody want that kissing on them? No, dude.
simply returned her hugs out of kindness and love. She then shared the drawing she began working on, which depicted an embellished version of her exchange with the voice actor of Dr. Eggman, with Christian Sonichu replacing Christine in referring to the villain as Nam Gay, and Eggman confessing
Except for Barb. I don't know what they got going on. They got a thing going on.
that he is asexual, with Bowser off to the side laughing because Christian Sonichu called him gay. On June 25th, she listed
What?
one of her Sonichu standees on the online marketplace website, Mercury, for $300. On the 26th, Null had a conversation with Christine via text messaging regarding her behavior at too many games. He warned her that her actions may cause her to get preemptively banned from the My Little Pony convention, BronyCon, and if she continued to act the way she did, she could get banned from conventions worldwide, or even get charged with sexual assault. Chris wrote that she understood the situation and planned to keep her lips sealed before telling Null of her communications with the CPU goddesses from the anime and game series Hyperdimension Neptunia, which he completely ignored. On June 27th, Justin Silverman got in touch with Kiwi Farms user and Quickie moderator Rosticus, denying claims that Chris had been promised a merchandise booth and panel discussion, and stressed that he did warn her about her conduct in person. Upon seeing his posts, Christine responded to Silverman on Twitter, refuting his claims that he warned her in person. Silverman himself quickly replied, confirming that he warned Chris in person, and received word from security that they had warned her as well. He then questioned why she tweeted the accusatory message after liking several of Silverman's Facebook posts. Chris wrote that her liking his posts had nothing to do with what happened at too many games, and clarified that she had been warned against using her baseball bat and received no word against kissing attendees. She added that Justin should have brought her aside and told her in person, but since he didn't, he epic failed at his job, earning an under-mediocre rating of 2 out of 5. Not long after, Christine wrote several tweets at
You really have to be told, don't put your lips on people, don't put your bodily fluids on them, don't touch them inappropriately, don't... You really had to be told that? Really? Sure. Right quick. The guy that runs your channel has gifted 5 memberships. Let's add that to the counter. Uh-oh. 418. Big Gravy has gifted a membership. Appreciate you, Big Gravy. Ooh, look at us. Look at us. Shouts out to the guy that runs the channel. Shouts out to Big Gravy from 6 new members. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, I think it's a reasonable time to take a ripper. I think that's reasonable. That's a good reason to take a ripper right there. Big Gravy gifted 1 more membership, putting us at a perfect. Bang boom. Ladies and gentlemen, look at us. Look at us. Appreciate you, Big Gravy. Shouts out to 7 new members. Appreciate you guys. Let's catch a ripper for that. Let's catch a ripper. Yeah, let's do that. Poop, poop. Come on, guys. Let's get it. All right.
Admitting that she realized opening herself more to others was a bad thing.
Sometimes I just say I'm a germaphobe. Yeah, that's totally fine. I get it. I sometimes there's just certain people just don't want them touching you. I get it. Chris is definitely one of those people. And sometimes people, they just don't want to be hugged in general. And that's okay too.
For some individuals, and promised to keep her lips to herself from then on, and only would kiss someone on the cheek if so requested. As a result of...
I don't think other than my wife or my kid, yeah, why the fuck would you be kissing anybody? I guess it's just not a thing that I do. Yeah, other than my wife and my son, that's it. Who else would I kiss? To me, that sounds weird to meet somebody and give them a kiss on the cheek. I mean, I know that could be custom in other parts of the world, but to me, it's not. To me, it's odd.
For behavior at the convention, she was reported to the staff of...
6 feet apart rule was amazing. My wife and I have discussed that many times. We missed that part of 2020 and 2021. That was... we'll call it what it is. Those couple years weren't totally negative. There were some highlights to it.
BronyCon, who took note of her past activity and encouraged all attendees to be cautious, but decided not to ban Chris from the event. On June 29th, Chris unveiled a new character which she conceived a few days prior, Scarlet, the CPU goddess of the Commodore consoles and the nation of Comma, who represented the Commodore 64 game console, inspired by the Hyperdimension Neptunia game and anime universe. She added that the notes were written whether or not people believed her, and confirmed that the quote-unquote shit was real. On the final day of June, Chris complained about the casting of actor and comedian Jim Carrey as the villain Robotnik in the upcoming motion picture adaptation of Sonic the Hedgehog, falsely assuming that the movie would be animated, and criticized Carrey's voice acting prowess. She further added that the movie would be inferior in quality, like the past game and TV series Sonic Boom, and claimed she would protest to demand the movie be made better. Later on, she elaborated on her newfound appreciation for an old catchphrase of hers. I want to make a note. After some time, I'd thought zap to the extreme to be trite sounding, but more recently, I have literally been feeling more and more of the electricity inside myself. Not killing myself, mind you, but I dare say now, let's all zap it up to the extreme! On July 1st, Christy noticed that Jab50yen was answering fan questions on Twitter, and regarding Chris's odor at the convention, he clarified that contrary to popular belief, she did not smell bad.
I think you're a liar. You're going to try to sit here and make us believe that Chris Chan doesn't stink? I think you're a liar.
Chris added that she showered nightly and thoroughly for around 10 minutes.
Never in my life would I have asked anybody how long they showered until you just said for about 10 minutes. Now how long do you shower for? Because now I don't believe you. Now I really don't believe you because you told us that you shower for 10. I really don't think you do. I really don't think you do. Oh my god, that's disgusting.
Utilizing soap, water, shampoo, and conditioner.
Again, now I don't believe you. I really don't believe you. I could just say, yeah, I jumped in the shower this morning, got dressed, and here we are. I don't have to tell people, hey guys, I got in the shower, I used my soap, I used my shampoo on this. Yes, I still use shampoo for this. Use my shampoo, my skincare products. I was in there about 13 minutes, 13 and a half minutes. I listened to part of a YouTube video while I was in there, and then I used a towel like people do. I used a towel to dry myself off after. Yeah, like the fuck, Chris. The details, the details, all the excessive details that you're giving. It's telling me that you're not actually in the shower. You're not actually in there for 10 minutes. You're not using soap, shampoo, No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
And applied deodorant every morning. The next day, Chris received a fan-made plush doll of her original My Little Pony-inspired character, Nightstar. On the 2nd, she wrote a long string of tweets explaining the backstory of her recently created CPU Scarlet, claiming that she had passed away in 1994, and her spirit was entombed in a Commodore 64 that was currently in the ownership of a woman in the dimension of the real world, and would manifest herself soon. On July 3rd, she attended her scheduled court appearance regarding her trespassing charge in the Fashion Square shopping mall in Charlottesville, Virginia. It was given another continuance, this time for a date only 3 days away. Upon returning home, she went to Twitter to excitedly write that she uncovered her collection of vintage game discs for the Commodore 64 and posted photos of her collection.
The guy that runs the channel, I don't know if everybody in chat realizes how many people you deal with on a daily basis that have an unpleasant odor. I don't think they realize how many hundreds of people you see in a day in your business.
Collection. The next day, to commemorate the
It's crazy the amount of people that don't shower nearly enough. It really, truly is.
Independence Day of the United States, Chris posted a photo of herself giving a salute while wearing her classic striped polo shirt, visibly torn and falling apart.
Literally in rags. Look at that shit. Crazy.
She then tagged the official account for Ralph Lauren, the original makers of the shirt, and asked if they could begin to reproduce the unit once more, or to restore the one she owned. On July 6th, Christine's trespassing case was finalized. She was not given any fine, but instead was placed on the therapeutic docket, a program offering routine meetings with courthouse staff and mandatory therapy sessions for those with severe or persistent mental illness as an alternative to jail time. After she returned home, she lowered the price of the signed Too Many Games poster up for sale on eBay from $299 to $200.
Hang on, guys. Give me 1 second. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. My bad. Here we go.
She also added her own name to the array of YouTuber signatures. Notably, in the item's description, she suffixed her name with Sonichu, possibly alluding to her supposed marriage to Magi-chan Sonichu. Also, by this date, Chris had earned around $550 from sales of her autographed photos on eBay. She then purchased a Sega Genesis game console from the auction site for a price of $40, a Commodore 64 game for $13, and finally, another Commodore 64 computer for $150. On July 9th, Lucas, a member of a group of teenagers with whom Chris met up on occasion, asked for advice on Twitter regarding his case of writer's block. Christine wrote that it may be beneficial for him to mind link and enter into the story he was writing and meet with the characters. On July 10th, Chris introduced a new item on her eBay store, a replica poster depicting his original attraction sign used during his love quest in 2003, on sale for $60.
Holy
Users
shit.
of the Kiwi Farms noted that Chris had altered the poster with what they assumed to be Microsoft Paint and replaced the small text with a typed version, while also removing a warning singling out marrieds and blacks, and adding a disclaimer at the bottom to state that the use of the poster was purely for entertainment and should not be used to elicit solicitations. Later that day, a transgender woman on Twitter wrote that trans women were not told or warned about getting periods, which amounted to periods of moodiness, cramps, and sadness. Chris replied, stating that she felt some of her period that very day. On July 11th, Chris notified her Twitter.
What? I'm feeling some of my period today? Okay.
Twitter followers that her plans to stay with friends in a hotel during her trip to BronyCon had collapsed, and so urged for someone to help fund her stay there by purchasing her Too Many Games poster on eBay. At around this time, Null text messaged Christine to encourage her to talk with her court-appointed therapist and get the police involved in investigating the extortion carried out by the Idea Guys, Joshua Wise, and Stephen Boyd. The therapist was allegedly aware of her purported spouses, Magichan and Crizel, but she was cautious about talking about the Idea Guys and her reality stone, which she elaborated was contained within her, and was the same in concept as the plot device used in the Marvel comic book series, Infinity Wars. Apparently, Magichan had informed her that the stone should be used together with her amethyst high school ring, which was a fragment of a reality stone, as originally told by Kiwi Farms user, the Captain, to undo the damage Wise and Boyd had done unto their dimension. Also, at around this time, Chris met up once more with Lucas and his friend Devil in Lucas's home while his parents were away. When she arrived there, Chris presented them with original drawings, and in return, she was given marijuana to smoke. While high, Lucas recorded a video which apparently shows Christine deeply kissing what she believed to be her wife, Crizel Rosechew, invisible to all observers.
I love you, Crizel.
Wow. Wow, dude. Really went out the fucking deep end, didn't we? I don't know what to say. I don't know.
My wife, my lovely lady, ladies and gentlemen.
She's very pretty.
Thank you.
At a later point, Lucas revealed via private messages that Chris smelled.
Ooh. Let me get myself out of the way so we can all see that. I wouldn't advise it. He smells like cat piss and told us he wanted to fuck his mom.
Like cat urine, and had confessed to wanting to have sex with her mother.
Ladies and gentlemen, what am I supposed to say to that? I am not surprised by A, Chris smelling like cat piss, or B, Chris saying that he wanted to fuck his mom, because who knows? By this point, it could have already been a thing. This story is fucking insane.
In addition, she allegedly had little understanding of personal space and would excessively hug, nuzzle against, and kiss them randomly. On
I want him to read the entire message. What's that last line? Incredibly close. He is really rapey. It's awful, especially because at the time we were all minors.
July 12th,
I had no idea about that part. I did not know those kids were minors. Oh, goddamn, Chris. You just dig yourself deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. You are detrimental to yourself, Chris.
a Twitter user who had purchased a signed and framed photo from Christine received their package to find that the glass of the frame had broken inside the envelope, blaming Chris for her poor packaging. She wrote that it was not her fault, as she clearly labeled the bubble envelope with the warnings, fragile, and handle with care, supposing either the receiver was being trollish or the post office was responsible for the damage. On the 14th, Christine listed a handmade blanket found by her mother Barbara for sale on eBay for $200. The item was introduced by Barbara in a YouTube video posted that same day.
My name is Barbara Chandler. I'm asking you to buy this blanket from me. Recently, I have been working really hard clearing out the things that they moved into the house 3.5 years ago. I had a lot of trash to put out, and I had to pay the trash people.
Dude, we're seeing a fucking hostage video right now. That's what we're watching. This is what we're watching. We're watching a hostage video right now. Chris is like a terrorist behind the camera. He's got an AK-47 strapped to his chest. He's got a mask on. He's like pointing at it like... just scaring the shit out of her.
A lot of money to take my trash Friday. So I'm
Well, when you have a house full of it, what? Yeah, dude, it costs a lot of money.
asking you to please help by buying this blanket because I'm low on funds.
Dude, there's, again, I said this last week and the week before and the week before, there's nothing behind her eyes. There's no one home. Lights are on, no one's home.
And we need help. Thank you for buying this blanket. I appreciate it.
You can really hear that southern drawl in that, I appreciate it.
The blanket was soon sold to a willing buyer. On July 16th, Christine informed her followers that her amethyst high school ring, which had been purchased by Kiwi Farms user The Captain in April, had been returned to her possession after paying him back the original cost of $200 plus shipping. The next day, she expressed that she was glad that she did not have to go to the fashion square anymore because it no longer featured toy, video, or bookstores and only sold clothes and crap. On July 18th, Chris posted a YouTube video in which she asks for help regarding her overheating car. By this point, she began regularly donning a toy tiara modeled after those worn by characters of the anime Sailor Moon.
Hello everybody, it's Christine Chandler coming to you live from my car right now. I'm stopped right now, but my car has been acting up lately. It's been going towards the heat. There's things wrong with the antifreeze coolant thing. I think there's like a couple of leaks there. I just had this car
What?
worked on that, but they couldn't patch all the leaks, but now it's getting worse. So yeah.
Chris, I'm no auto mechanic, but none of that sounds right.
Please do me the big favor. Buy my big price items so I can get this car totally patched up so I can get to BronyCon and all that. Yeah, big price items. Please buy those now so I can get this car worked on today.
Oh my god, that high-pitched squeal, dude.
According to the captain, Chris then began text messaging all liable contacts for extra money. On that same day, she dropped off the car at a mechanic as an emergency case, meaning she would have to raise funds and pay for the maintenance after the issue was taken care of. The next day, a certain Miss Cherry, a trans woman in Australia, pledged more than $500 per month to Christine's Patreon page, boasting in the comments section that she was paying a lot more than others to be her new sweetheart and #1 fan, and was confident an update was forthcoming on Chris's YouTube channel. Chris herself appeared to reply to her, thanking Miss Cherry for her patronage, but rejecting her offer of becoming Chris's new lover. Refusing to accept her rejection, Miss Cherry then increased her pledge amount to $1,000. They commenced a private conversation while messaging on Patreon, during which they discussed Christine's polyamorous marriage, revealing that she had allegedly also gotten married to her original character, Sylvana Rosechew, and the Pokemon Mewtwo. They also talked about sex reassignment surgery, with Chris writing that she wanted to cut off her penis. Miss Cherry added that she had not yet had the surgery either because it cost a lot of money to get it done professionally. Chris wrote to her that she hated her penis and allegedly had not masturbated since 2011. On July 20th, Chris
I don't believe that for a fucking second either.
completed drawing and coloring her comic, Sonichu issue 12-9, solely focused on her My Little Pony inspired character, Nightstar. The story begins with Nightstar narrating her life starting from her birth, sharing the same birth date as Christine. She reveals that she has a bit of the autism, and when she was younger, learned that she shared a psychic mind link.
That's awesome, Kenny. Good for you, man. Good for you. That sounds like it was a good encounter. Good. That's a great way to start your week. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Let's do a ripper for that. We gotta, I need excuses for rippers, so let's do a ripper for that. 12 years? That's a long time, man. That's a long, that's, goddamn. I have a friend that I haven't seen. I still consider this guy my best friend in the world. We've been friends since we were 9 years old in 4th grade. And it's been... What year did I move here? Was that year? I haven't seen my friend since my dad's dad died. And we went back home for that funeral. So it's 2011. So 15 years since I've seen my best friend in the world. He's still my best friend in the world. But yeah, it's been 15 years. So I get it. I get it. It's easy for time to do that. It's easy to happen. All right. Gotta go. Jules, I appreciate you being here while you could. We're about to take another ripper. If you'd like to join us before you go, feel free to. Everybody else, you know what time it is. Let's get it.
with Christopher Weston Chandler in another dimension, with whom she sympathized and connected. Her life mirrored Christian's in many ways, including her penchant for drawing and traveling through different dimensions. Nightstar also developed heterochromia by getting some slime into one eye during an experiment, causing it to change color. Years later, while in Canterlot High School, set in the human dimension of My Little Pony's Equestria, Nightstar, while in human form, meets with Christine Chandler for the first time. Nightstar plants her own unique identifying cutie mark onto Christine, which turns her into a human version of a pony as well. After encouragement from Nightstar, Chris initiates a conversation with a woman named Diamond Melody, Nightstar's sweetheart back in Equestria. Nightstar then relates the story of how she and Diamond Melody first met, and later went on a date in Quickville. While traveling to that dimension, they both changed into their human forms, with Melody experiencing the transformation for the first time. They had a pleasant day in Quickville, and then consummated their love in Christine's bed. They had further dates together, But unfortunately, Diamond Melody's human counterparts, both in Quickville and in the real world, turned out to be trolls toying with Christine, named Jessica Quick, referencing the troll Jessica Quinn. Melody felt guilty and ashamed by association and left Nightstar, who cried for a week or two. In a later story, Nightstar meets her true sweetheart, Kun Han-fu, with whom she helped win a battle in Quickville. After some time, the two moved in together. Towards the end of the book, Nightstar telepathically asks Christine if she could come help her complete her comic book. Chris inserted photos of herself, showcasing her opening up a portal into Equestria and coming out the other side as a pony. Nightstar and Chris then both transform into their respective Sonichu forms and wish away the readers, foretelling that the next issue of Sonichu would be a return to normality. The back page of the comic was one of 3 commissions from Chris, made by artist Feathershine, depicting Nightstar and Kun Han-fu nuzzling. On July 21st, writer Shonan Maguire, who was briefly involved with Marvel Comics, wrote on Twitter of the impact a certain issue of Spider-Man had on her. In it, she referred to the superhero as one belonging to Earth 616, which was one of many versions of Earth contained within the multiverse of Marvel stories. Christine asked her if she knew the categorization number given to the Earth which they realistically inhabited. Maguire told Chris the real world was named as Earth 1218 when referenced in the Marvel comics. Chris delightedly thanked her for the information and asked if they could discuss the matter further through private messaging. Maguire declined the offer as she was at an event at the time, and Christine asked if she could direct her to another creator or chronicler with strong understanding of other dimensions so she could learn more about the topic. Another Twitter user informed the writer that Chris used her answer to further instill the belief of a multiverse existing in reality and encouraged her to clarify that the concept of different versions of Earth was entirely fictional. Maguire replied, confirming that the Earth 1218 designation was a fictional concept reserved for the Marvel universe, and apologized if her words were misleading. Chris did not respond to this reply. On July 22nd, Christine went to Facebook to defend her beliefs. I am only going to say this once for those who may think me as delusional, crazy, or shit like that. I'm not delusional, crazy, or anything of the sort. I have my own magic powers that I'm still learning about for myself from my family and allies. I've already talked with psychiatrists and therapists years ago, so any new such meetings would be a very moot point. Also, I have been on anxiety and blood pressure meds for many years, and I have always been down to earth. And I still see my Sonichus and Rosechus and all else from our sister dimension when they are here. Not to mention my electrifying powers and my quills, tail and ears of my Sonichu form literally on and attached to me and in feeling. Therefore, they all are real, and you may tell everyone that. And I do not wish to have to repeat myself on that. And I really do not like being mislabeled as delusional or shit like that. Plus, I have friends of our Earth 1218 here who have been to our sister dimension and experienced that world for themselves. Thank you. On the 23rd, Chris alerted her followers that her bill from her car mechanic was $850 and thanked Miss Cherry for her generous donation, calling her by her full name. Chris clarified that even though Miss Cherry felt very strongly about her, it was too soon to initiate any sort of relationship. At around this point, Miss Cherry went to the Kiwi Farms to boast about becoming close to Christine. In the aftermath of her arrival, she was ridiculed and her private information was partially revealed. She soon after ended her monthly pledges to Chris's Patreon and stopped talking to her. On July 24th, Chris wrote that her car would be fixed in time for her trip to BronyCon, thanking her fans for their help and kindness. The next day, an eBay user who had purchased several things from Chris in the recent past left a critical comment upon receiving the Too Many Games signed poster purchased for $200, writing that it had come folded and wrinkled due to poor packaging. However, they still left Chris a positive rating. On July 26th, Christine drove herself to Baltimore, Maryland, a day before the commencement of the BronyCon convention. While she stated her own car would be ready in time, she instead took her mother's Dodge Caravan. In Baltimore, she met up with Jay Hart, a fan and Kiwi Farms user, and received her personal BronyCon badge. Afterwards, they drove to have dinner. Possibly on the way, while stopped in traffic, a squeegee man offered to wash the car's windshield. Chris obliged and paid the squeegee man $2 and gave him her business card after briefly chatting.
This is a common problem in
Give
Maryland.
me a couple of bucks.
In Baltimore, it's a huge
Just
deal.
served a celebrity, by the way. Thank you. Yo, me. I'm the celeb. Oh, look me up on the internet when you get a chance. Have a good day. Thank you.
You said what's your name is?
Christine Chandler.
Christine Chandler. Like what you do?
Sanchi and Roach. I've been doing the books for more than almost 2 decades.
He says, Sancho Roast, I've been drawing the books. Like anybody else besides him and us that watch this shit is gonna have a fucking clue what Sancho Roast is. Sancho Roast, I've been drawing the books for years. Why do you think this random dude on the street corner is gonna have any fucking idea what Sonichu is, Chris? Jesus Christ. So you be at this convention center?
Yeah, I'm gonna be going to the BronyCon.
You be at the convention center?
Yeah, I'll be there. See you later.
In the morning of the 27th, Christine recorded a video addressing any fans she may possibly meet.
What's up, my bronies and bigger sister peeps? This is Christine Chandler coming to you live from Baltimore, Maryland, and I got my ears and horn from last year. On here's a pair of wings. I'll get a pair in a little while. Later on. Oh yeah. So, come say hi. Selfies, hugs. No chat free, just, don't harass me or anything. Be kind. Follow the rules. Okay? I'm certainly gonna follow the rules. I learned my lesson from past experiences that I'm not gonna go into liberty and talk about. So, enjoy BronyCon and I'll see you around.
From then on, she entered the convention center, where she fairly frequently met up with fans and took selfies with them. On the first day, she attended a signing event with the chance to meet My Little Pony voice actress Tabitha St. Germain, who had blocked Christine on Twitter in August of the previous year. While waiting in line, Chris made a short video.
Right now I'm waiting in line to get Tabitha St. Germain's autograph, so nobody interrupt me there. And my feet gave out, so I'm standing on my knees. I did get a few good pictures here and there of my meet and greets and my fans. So anyway, that's my story right now. Check in again later.
After meeting with St. Germain, they took a photo together and apparently had a nice chat. Some users on the Kiwi Farms reported that Chris was allegedly surrounded by people that prevented others from getting too close to her.
God, dude, look at the fucking rolls on Chris.
Without her permission. They were also wary of falsified reports coming from the image board 4chan, who were
So weirdly shaped.
attempting to spread rumors of Chris being inappropriate with convention goers and force her to get kicked out. Christine kept in touch with the captain and let him know that she did not have any trouble and was having a good time. On the second day, Chris planned to meet with female-to-male transgender MLP fandom voice actor No Whacking, who had blocked Chris on Twitter the previous year, and present to him gifts of a doll depicting My Little Pony character DJ Pone 3, which he voiced in fan productions, and a drawing showing the meeting between hers and No Whacking's original MLP characters. The meeting didn't go as planned, and in its aftermath, she went to Twitter to recount the experience. Okay, venting time. He pushed me away, and I had a drawing and a present. He remembered blocking me on Twitter like months ago. What is his problem with me nowadays? He closed himself off from me, did not even stop to tell me why. I feel devastated. I feel upset. Tears are welling a bit. Why? Awesome and inspirational as he is, he can be a dick, apparently. Who knew? I guess it is the aloof, cold dude in him. She soon met up with Jay Hart and explained what happened. Christine wanted Jay to pass the gifts to No Whacking, thinking he might accept them coming from a different person, but he refused and asked Chris to delete her tweets since they may be used as a reason to report her to convention staff. She complied and quickly deleted the most recent tweet in the thread. Afterwards, she was surprised by a convention goer cosplaying as Sonichu, and they took a photo together. Later on, she attended the Riffing Rainbow panel.
I can't get on board with wanting to get a hug with Chris, dude. Like, you know, you've seen the house, you know where he comes from, you know there's bugs in there, it smells like piss. The animals are in filthy conditions. They're sick. We all heard the cat before it died. We all heard how it used to meow when it was like a it was all fucked up, dude. Why would you want to put your face against Chris? Why would you want to hug Chris? Why? You could end up with bed bugs. You could end up with what if you had a cockroach crawling up? What if you had a little baby cockroach stuck in his pocket that he didn't know about or something, and it transferred? Like, you gave him a hug and it crawled from Chris's pocket into yours. No thank you, dude. No thank you.
Which encouraged attendees to try
Bugs scare the ever-living shit out of me. No thank you.
to read through a work of poor fan fiction exactly as it was written, accurately reproducing all the spelling mistakes and grammatical errors. The person who could continue reciting a segment of the work exactly for the longest time would win a DVD of the movie Paul Blart Mall Cop. Chris was the second contestant to enter the challenge.
And just so everyone knows, I'm Christine Weston Chandler's Science Shoe, and I am the creator of Science Shoe and Roast Shoe in the nation of Quickville. So let's do this bad fan fiction.
Okay.
And Spike commented over to her. What do you want, Twilight? Spike said, and Twilight said, I need you to get me the Book of Magic. He gave it the book to Twilight, and she said,
Thank you, Spike. Go away now.
Twilight,
Good.
open the book to chapter 5.
It is book. But that is a nice time of 47.6 seconds.
Chris ultimately did not win the contest. Afterwards, a convention attendee on Twitter wrote that they were at a panel sitting next to Christine, who began conversing with a voice actor about being connected to a sister dimension. Towards the end of the day, Chris was refused entry into the Grand Galloping Gala, a formal dance party which required attendees to adhere to a strict dress code, to which she did not. During this time, Michael Hertz, a known Chris Chan hater, began spreading rumors on Twitter of Chris exposing herself to a woman in a bathroom to get her removed from BronyCon. Hertz's attempts did not lead to trouble for Christine, but Null warned her if convention security approached her to ask about the matter, she should stay calm and honestly answer their questions. On the third and final day, Chris took more pictures with her fans and attended panels and events without anything of note occurring. After BronyCon concluded,
There's that many people that really want to be in that close of proximity with Chris. That's the wildest shit about that to me. What? Why? Like, I get the interest. I watch the shit too. I mean, obviously, we're here on part 64 of this series. It's interesting to watch, but why would you want to get that close? Why would you touch? Why would you touch the poop?
she wrote a commemorative tweet thanking everyone for the good time she had and looked forward to the following year's convention, which was announced to be their last. After packing up her things, Christine made her way back to the car and began her trip back home, back to reality, and back to troubles.
I want that, catch that zoom in again. That face, dude. Chris creeps me out a little bit. There's just something about the eyes. Just knowing what Chris ultimately does, or at this point in the timeline, what he is probably doing to Barb. There's just something very unsettling about his eyes. Something very monsterish. But that's it. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. We are done. We killed it. We got through it. And it's over. It's over. It's over. It's done. That was part 64. Part 64, that means we're down to exactly what? 20? Exactly 20 more episodes to go? Because there's 85. If we're doing 65 next week, we have exactly 20 to go. Man. Just laying it down. Just laying it down. But ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you hanging out with me, riding that out with me, taking that ride down into the bowels of Christory with me, because each week it seems like it just gets a little bit worse, a little bit worse, a little bit more worse each and every time. Barb looks a little more just dazed and out of it, and more like a hostage victim each and every week with each and every passing video. It's a dirty job. Somebody's got to do it. We got to watch it. So we're here. We're going to be here again next week. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be here again this Friday, as per usual. Between 5:30 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, just like I always do. There will be videos going out this week. There will be, I'll be covering the third Cassandra call. I believe it's the third Cassandra call tomorrow in a video. The fourth Cassandra call will probably be on stream since it's quite a bit longer. But videos will be out and about this week, just like they always are. Thank you all again for being here. Go follow me on TikTok. If you're not, I'm your favorite SA1020. Come work out with me, see what I'm doing over there. And let's take this bitch out on a ripper. If everybody's ready, you guys know what time it is. Poop poop. Let's call this bitch a stream. Appreciate you guys again for being here. I will see you all this Friday. Have a great rest of your week. Have a great rest of your week, guys.